Welcome to this new edition of REMAX Cabo Sanctuary podcast. Today I'm going to give you a little bit of a background how we ended up being who we are today. Many of you know that we come from a development background. Actually, we came into Los Cabos originally from Spain early 2005. The idea was to develop and started developing communities here in Los Cabos, and that's what we started. We started with a project, very nice project, 95 unit development called Alegranza, with plenty of amenities, restaurant, gym, 3 pools. We started very well with sales. 2006, 7, and 8 were phenomenal. But we ended up into a crash, the real estate crash that did happen into late 2008, right? So it was a crash as well for us. Tough times for Los Cabos real estate industry. But we already had sold more than 50% of our inventory. We had an ongoing construction project, and we were progressing with the construction. So when we delivered the first building, we decided to do 2 things. One was starting to rent the units during the time that owners didn't use it. That was a way to prevent resales and keep the value of the assets in good values, in good shape. The other thing that we did was opening up real estate, not only for Alegranza, but also for general real estate. So we opened up a little office. People were starting to give us some listings. The market was not fine, and actually it was a tough market for 2-3 years. But we kept growing. We kept growing organically. We kept delivering the units at Alegranza. We kept renting the units at Alegranza, short-term, mid-term, long-term, and that was a way to generate clients too. So that was the way to survive through the crisis. And what happened, we had an office called Cabo Sanctuary that time. Given the experience that we have had with Alegranza, we started to share our knowledge with our agents and generate trainings. And probably 10 years ago, we had a very strong hurricane called Odile. And after Odile, I saw that the market was going to pick up. What we decided is we had to go after a franchise with a good name that provided some guidelines and allow us to grow organically. So after looking at many options, we ended up choosing REMAX. REMAX Cabo Sanctuary is the name of our franchise. We have an office here in Boulevard Mijares in San Jose. We started with a few agents, but it ended up being a successful story because we hired a manager, an office manager, and we hired a marketing manager. And with the amount of trainings provided, there was a lack of training. There were a lot of agents, but with a lack of knowledge, of a lack of professionalism. So REMAX was providing 4 times more training than any other franchise in the world, and that helped us train our agents. And after a while, it became a successful asset because we had trained agents willing to sell, with capacity to sell, so they ended up giving results. That's about how we start REMAX Cabo Sanctuary. Right now, we have over 50 agents. We open also offices in La Paz. We have big presence in Cabo San Lucas, San Jose, East Cape, and the Pacific. We have even agents in Todos Santos. And I think we have a brand which is very well recognized, but we can't give up. the technology is moving faster than what the industry is doing. We are trying to be on top of the new technology trends, apps, artificial intelligence that are giving some tools in order to be better than the competition, pretty much. I mean, every time I talk to my agents, I tell them that they have to do three things. Agents are self-entrepreneurs, but they need to understand the market. The market is always moving. Every day is changing. They need to see what's new, what's not new, who is investing, who is not investing, what are the challenges, which developments are not having a good time. Because actually, we don't sell real estate. We are actually helping customers taking the right decision. They also have to get known. If you know a lot, but you are not known in the industry, there's over 1,000 agents in the MLS. I used to be vice president. I used to be secretary of the MLS back in 15 years ago. And the MLS has helped a lot with this market because you are allowed to share numbers, you're allowed to know what's moving, what's not moving, how much are the real sales, and so forth. And that's the way we have been moving. Agents need to know and need to understand the business. They need to know what's the trust, how much the closing costs are, what are the good notaries, what's an escrow, which are the good closing agents. And step by step, with the right training and the right guidance, they have been performing pretty well, to the extent that we are a franchise that is known to be one of the leaders. I think the ultimate is, for what I am more proud of, is that I have been able to provide resources to a lot of families that do this for a living. And that's what I care the most, right? So very happy on that. The market will always be variable. There's always ups and downs, but we have to find the niches, we have to find the paths, we have to find the ways. And there's always people that, they get married, they get divorced, they come to live in a better place. They're coming from all over the world. They're for investment, commercial. So real estate is not only a condo with ocean view. Real estate is offices, bodegas, storages, retails, hotels, plazas, lots to develop. So there's kind of all kind of variables. There's plenty of opportunities, and what I tell my clients always is, in order to take the right decision, we have been here enough, and we believe we know the market a little bit better. I think there's a great value talking to an agent, regardless if it's REMAX or not, knowledgeable agent, for them to take the right decision, right? REMAX is progressing. Actually, last week it was announced the merge or the acquisition between REMAX and Real. Real is a artificial intelligence real estate company with no headcounts, pretty much. Everything is technology. Whereas REMAX is about 110 countries present and a lot of human beings behind, a lot of agents behind. I believe it's 140,000 throughout the world. I think it's a win-win for both. The way the technology is moving faster than what the real estate industry is doing. For a company like this, we require to be on top. So we will be provided with the right technologies, the ultimate technologies, and that will allow us to keep up on top of the industry. And on the other hand, Real is getting 130 agents and a model that is certainly working already in 110 countries. So I think it's a win-win. I don't think it's going to be the only merge that we will see in the following months. There are other brands that need to do it, otherwise they will most likely disappear. I think it's the industry that has changed and will change more with what's coming with the artificial intelligence. Well, this is a little bit of a summary of how REMAX has been performing, the history of REMAX Cabo Sanctuary and Baja Sanctuary, both in Los Cabos and La Paz. And do not hesitate to like it. Do not hesitate to see the upcoming 6th podcast edition, which is coming very interesting. Thank you very much and see you soon.